Good evening and welcome to Nonsense Talk Live. I'm Pallab Ghosh with you. Once again, the big question, how safe is Delhi? In perspective of women's safety, of course. Oft-repeat question, but relevant. Though I don't always accept the headlines Delhi is unsafe for women because every city is unsafe for women. But coming to Delhi, once again, a shameful incident has taken place on Wednesday night. And can you beat it this time? Delhi Commission for Women Chairperson Swati Maliwal is the victim. Well, it so happened that Swati Maliwal was on a sting and surprise round on the Delhi roads post Kanjhavla. She was near gate number 2 of All India Institute of Medical Sciences, AIIMS, when a car comes and stopped by her. And as we all know, this place is notorious. Whenever there is a case, we have seen women journalists, reporters, they work as decoy and stand near these intersections or junctions. Be it Mulchand, be it South Extension, be it Khelgaon or Khirki or House Khas village, or this notorious AIIMS crossing towards either Yusuf Sarai market or towards the Khelgaon or Andrewsganj crossing. Anyway, so she was standing near this gate of All India Institute of Medical Sciences when this car stopped by her and requested her to get inside because he was more than willing to give Swati Maliwal a lift home. When Swati Maliwal politely refused, saying that she was waiting for her relatives and it was quite late, so her relatives might come at any time, this car initially went away. But after a few seconds, this car took a round and again stopped by Swati Maliwal, and this time this man, who was actually in an inebriated state because police has now declared that he was in a drunk condition. So this guy comes and asks Swati Maliwal to get inside the car and also makes lewd comments, lewd gestures, obscene body languages, which Swati Maliwal protested. And when this man saw that Swati Maliwal was not in any mood to satisfy him, and he, in a anger, he moved away, but he tried to drag Swati Maliwal inside. Swati Maliwal, of course, being an experienced person, because she is not just an ordinary girl, she is DCW Chairperson, and she handles these brutes almost every day, and we journalists particularly have immense respect for Swati Maliwal. She may be from Aam Aadmi Party, but she has been taken immense initiative to ensure safety for women whenever something happens in Delhi, whether it's Kanjhavla, whether it's Mundka, whether it's Old Delhi. So we have always seen Swati Maliwal taking initiative and talking to administration and trying to meet an end to these kind of incidents. Well, Swati Maliwal quite smartly tried to take the key from the car, but this man immediately had pulled up the glass. So Swati Maliwal's hand actually had stuck between the glass and the door shaft, which is a very common practice by these kind of people. And he tried to drive the car. So Swati Maliwal was dragged. According to Swati Maliwal, she was dragged a few meters. Luckily, Swati Maliwal was not injured. She was not hurt with minor bruises. The question Swati Maliwal has raised is, if such a thing can happen to a DCW chairperson, then isn't it very clear what kind of situation prevails on Delhi Road every day, especially at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the morning? Now, many people may say that why girls are required to step out at 4 or 3 a.m. Well, I really don't support this. In fact, this question was once raised by then Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit, and she had spruced immense controversy. She had asked this, why girls are required to step outside when it's dark. And she was mocked, she was booed down, because firstly, she was the Chief Minister of Delhi. How can a Chief Minister say this? And two, she herself being a woman, and she herself being a woman who had been into all the flamboyant things actually. She had been a very flamboyant girl since her college days. So how can a person like Sheila Dikshit ask this question? Anyway, this was the question she asked during 2009 when Jigisha Ghosh, a manager with a reputed a private firm, and she was actually dropped by the cabby driver, and then she was dragged, raped, and her body was found near Surajkund. So, but what makes Sheila Dikshit different is this same Sheila Dikshit, when Jyoti Singh Pandey incident took place, for you Nirbhaya incident took place, she was the first to say, I am scared, I am confused, I am hesitant to visit the rape victim. Quote unquote, I am ashamed of being Chief Minister of the city. This is Sheila Dikshit, and this was Sheila Dikshit. Why Sheila Dikshit will be remembered in spite of some of her controversial remarks. Anyway, enough of Sheila Dikshit. People might say that I am a Congress bhakt. This has nothing to do with Congress. But this, why I raise this is because when a Chief Minister comes out and confess that she is ashamed to be the Chief Minister, she will have to be remembered. Unlike Mamta Banerjee, who said it's a Shahjano Ghatona, a concocted incident when Suzette Jordan was gang raped in the heart of the city on Park Street in Kolkata. Rest is history. Well, the question is, DCW Chairperson has raised many questions to the police, to the administration, but the one big question that actually haunts Delhi, this question has been asked by DCW Chairperson, and this question is prudent, this question is relevant, this question will be relevant till such things will happen. Question is, if DCW Chairperson is being stalked, being molested, and these goons try to drag her, then what is the safety of a common girl, a common woman, or any females in this city? This question has been asked by DCW Chairperson Swati Maliwal. Also, Swati Maliwal has underlined that she accepts that police was on its round, but police should be more vigilant, because the Garuda gypsy, which Swati Maliwal actually stopped, and then the police took the complaint, and she says that they nabbed this man. The question is, when administration came to know that DCW Chairperson was on the road, without telling them, without taking the security, without taking the pilot, or without taking the tam-jam, very, very bluntly, they were immediately into action, and at that odd hour, the wee hour, DCP or other senior police officers immediately rushed to that spot, one after one. So Swati Maliwal has asked, if police only rush for a DCW Chairperson, then it's a shame, because this type of response should be given to every citizen. And Swati Maliwal has rightly put that if this is the situation, if this is the condition post-Kanjhavla, then there is time to be scared, and there is also time for the Home Ministry. It is not AAP versus BJP or BJP versus AAP. This is a very serious question, and Home Minister Amit Shah should look into this. It's high time police administration, and anybody who is responsible for the safety security of women, of citizens of this city should be on alarm, on alert. And lastly, I have always been saying this ever since Nirbhaya, even before that, that it's high time that people should now create groups, create civic voluntary groups and start manning the streets. Administration has failed, so you will have to take the plunge if you want to save your girls, your women, your females. Because if you don't, then a Kanjhavla, Saket, that is the Jyoti Singh Pandey or Nirbhaya or Mundka or any such incident is just a click away or just a few hours or few kilometers away to happen. It's not scaring you, but it's time to get alert, get alarmed and form civic voluntary groups in your areas and start manning streets, lanes, by lanes, because you cannot ask women or girls don't step out at the after dark, or you cannot tell them that don't come home if your duty gets over. This is absolutely nonsense, absolutely bullshit. So you have to give them the protection they deserve. Be a man, show some chivalry and take a plunge. Create such groups and man lanes, by lanes, roads. This is the ultimate, because administration has failed, administration has actually ducked, and administration has ashamed in every city, but Delhi to be in particular. Swati Maliwal's incident once again has raised numerous questions, and Swati Maliwal's incident has once again ashamed Delhi. Nothing new for Delhi though. I leave you with this thought, give it a think and decide yourself.